Hey guys, it's Suresh. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into another video with me today. I have a very special video today for you guys that I think you're really going to enjoy. Yesterday, February 21st, we celebrated the 91st birthday of Monsieur Hubert de Givenchy, and in case you're wondering, it's not pronounced Givenchy. A lot of people actually don't know that Monsieur Givenchy is still alive. He is still very much alive and doing well in Paris. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Today, I want to show you guys the beautiful 1999 Barbie doll that came out in his honor, celebrating one of his key pieces from his 1956 couture show. She is the Givenchy Barbie, and I am so in love with her. So I'm very excited to debox her with you guys today and talk a little bit more about Monsieur Givenchy. Just to talk a little bit about the box, it is absolutely a beautiful box. It's very simple. It's blue and white and gray, with the Givenchy 4G logo in the front and Barbie's logo in the front as well. This was a limited edition doll. However, they didn't tell us the edition sizes of these dolls back in the day. There's a beautiful little story about Monsieur Givenchy here on the back. So this doll is actually inspired by a very specific moment in fashion history. There is a gorgeous photo of the 50s model Aunt Saint Marie, who was very, very big back in the day. There's a beautiful photo of her in the September Vogue issue 1955, and she is wearing this exact same ensemble. Without further ado, let's get in and see what she's all about, shall we? Oh my gosh, she is so beautiful. I absolutely love everything about this. Oh my gosh, you guys, this faux fur is so soft. I love the jewelry. Look at this beautiful velvet and moire. Oh my goodness. I love, 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 love. Oh, wow. Oh, bizarre. She doesn't have any shoes on. They must be tucked away in a little bag somewhere in the back. Right underneath the box here. Right here is the back. There is her stand, and her shoes are inside the stand. Here underneath the box, we have her warranty card information, a little survey postcard like they did back in the day with these special 90s dolls. And then, wow, look at this beautiful certificate of authenticity. Oh my goodness, it's in vellum. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Wow. Monsieur Hubert de Givenchy was born on February 21st, 1927 in Beauvais, France. His mother and father were actually quite well-to-do, and his father was actually the Marquis of Givenchy. So he and his brother enjoyed quite a good life. And the sad thing is, at 3 years old, his father passed away of the flu. By the way, you guys, her stand is beautiful. It's not weighted, but it's reminiscent of what we see slightly today, but these are the beautiful stands that the 90s dolls had. Tucked back here, we have the clear saddle portion of her stand. So after Givenchy's father passed away, he was raised by his maternal grandmother. She was actually involved with a lot of textile factories at the time. So his maternal grandfather was also involved in the same business. So Givenchy grew up seeing a lot of beautiful fabrics, which were very, very influential on him. So around 11 years old, he started drawing fashion sketches and silhouettes. His cousins actually used to make their own clothes, so they always had fashion magazines around. And Hubert would steal these magazines from them and look through to see what else he could find. So fast forward 6 years to around 17 years old, Hubert moves to Paris and right away starts interning at couture houses. About a year later, he started working for Jacques Faith, who at the time was one of the premier couturiers in Paris. And at the same time, he was actually enrolled at the École des Beaux-Arts, studying drawing. And then in 1946, a year later, he started working for Monsieur Robert Piguet and Monsieur Lucien Lelong. Funny enough, he was working alongside two designers who at the time were still totally unknown, and their names were Pierre Balmain and Christian Dior. Small world happening in Paris at the time. All these guys were kind of friends and becoming friends and getting to work together. And then towards the end of that year, while he was working for Lucien Lelong, he ended up going to work for Elsa Schiaparelli, and very quickly became the artistic director of her store. And then in 1952, Monsieur Givenchy decided to open his own haute couture house, since he had been studying in the true Paris style of couture. Now keep in mind that he was 25 when he opened his fashion house, so a lot of people were just completely taken by him. Also, I should add that Monsieur Givenchy still is, but when he was young, he was a gorgeous man. He's very tall, he's very statuesque. Right, so I'm still working on getting Barbie out of here. So in the summer of 1953, history sort of started to unfold. So the famous story goes that he got a call from one of his representatives saying that Ms. Hepburn was in town filming a movie and she wanted to come and see some of his pieces. So he, of course, thought that it was Katharine Hepburn because she was the star of the day, and got all excited and got everything ready. And when he opened the door to Ms. Hepburn, there standing in place of Katharine Hepburn is Audrey Hepburn. So he thought it was Katharine Hepburn, but it was actually Audrey Hepburn who had wanted to come and see. Now at the time, Audrey Hepburn was not that big of a name. She was still kind of getting her footing, and she was also filming Sabrina at the time. So she came in, and of course he was polite to her, and they had a lovely chat. But he said to her, like, I'm really busy right now. I can't show you anything that's new, but I have these racks over here of previous collections. So why don't you take a look and see if there's anything that you want from that? So she very graciously, said okay, and she went and picked a few things out. And those pieces were what she ended up wearing in Sabrina, which I think really kind of catapulted him to a whole new level of fame, and thus started their lifelong friendship with each other. Their friendship spanned for, I think, 40 or 50 years until her passing. Monsieur Givenchy went on to create a lot of her costumes that she wore in many of her movies. In 1958, Monsieur Givenchy launched a ready-to-wear collection, and along with that, he created his infamous, iconic balloon coat and baby doll dress. And then in 1995, Monsieur Givenchy retired from fashion design. He was succeeded for a short time by Jean Galliano, and then Alexander McQueen, and then Julian MacDonald, and then most recently Riccardo Tisci. And today, Monsieur Givenchy actually resides in a 16th century Renaissance castle named Chateau du Jonget. It's located in a small town near Paris. It is absolutely one of the most beautiful properties I have ever seen in my life. He is such a fine curator of everything in his home and has been so generous in inviting people in to talk about it and kind of share his love and his passion for all these beautiful things. Barbie is finally out. Ooh! Yay! Wow, 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 wow. Oh my gosh, you guys, this stole is beautiful. Wow. Here is the gorgeous Givenchy Barbie up close and personal with all of her clothes on right out of her box. Really, really beautiful ensemble. It does definitely have a quote old-fashioned air to it, but that is the whole point. This is a 1956 replica of one of Monsieur Givenchy's haute couture gowns. She really does look a lot like the Vogue model who was originally modeling this. She even actually has a very similar hairstyle, which I find amusing. And she has a beautiful set of earrings here, a combination of rhinestone with a little pearl drop. I have not yet taken the little guards out, you can see. And then a very major necklace here. And then when we take the little wrap off, you can see the dress here, and you can actually see the rubber bands have totally just kind of dissipated and are starting to fall off. Neckline there of the dress is a halter neckline, and then there's this beautiful big pearl necklace here with a little closure in the back as well. She has black gloves on with a bracelet here as well. Her hairstyle, by the way, is very, very gelled. It's like helmet heady. And she does have the Mackie face sculpt, which a lot of the 90s Barbies did, that were displaying designer fashion. And then here is the entirety of her gown. It's quite lovely. There is the moire panel here in the front. The whole dress is in black velvet. My camera is going crazy. Here are her little feet. I did put her little black shoes on. And then we also see a beautiful Barbie Collectibles tag there. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then the back actually says Givenchy on it. How beautiful is that? I'm gonna go ahead and slip her little glove off here. Oh wow, she does not have a manicure, okay? I find that disappointing because I would expect to see a manicure with a designer Barbie doll. The whole doll is covered in black lint, and I believe that's from the velvet. Velvet is very linty. Here is Givenchy Barbie in the buff so that you guys can get a better look at her physique. And hello 90s, right? Really not a huge fan of this hairdo. I think it just feels a little outdated dated even for 50s style. However, I appreciate it for what it is. It is definitely very, very neat, so I'm down with that. I did leave the jewelry on, but I took the earring guard off so you can see that her little pearl drops do in fact have a nice little shake to them. The necklace is very interesting. It's very beautiful. Givenchy did have a love affair with this very kind of large tribal statement-esque jewelry, so I think that's kind of the inspiration there. She does, of course, have articulation here in the arms. They go up and down. Her right arm is slightly bent, but more straight. Her left arm is definitely bent here at a sharper angle. Moving down here, we can see that she does have the 90s little click knees here, which now sends like shivers down my spine, but back in the day, I used to love this. So that's cute. And then her little feet are very interesting. They really don't have much of an arch to them at all. And I don't remember if the Dior Barbie had the same exact thing, but it's almost like she's on point. And she does not have a pedicure either, which, you know, bums me out because I love my manis and pedis. But, and then there in the back, we see her very traditional TNT body and her little printed underwear. Here is her little bracelet, and it is a very close match to the necklace, so pretty much the same thing in smaller size. It is strung together by elastic, so it does come on and off her hands quite easily. Here is her beautiful black stole. It is actually quite large, which I really like and appreciate. One side is black velvet, the other side is black moire, and the whole thing is trimmed in this beautiful black faux fur. It is quite soft. Here are her little gloves. They are very similar to a silkstone glove that we would see today. They are a black, slightly shiny, I believe like a polyester blend fabric. They do not stretch in any way, but yeah, cute little gloves all the same. Here are her little shoes. They are the same shoes that we saw in the Dior Barbie, a very traditional 90s black pump. Nothing super fancy here, but gorgeous all the same. And here is the magic little piece de resistance. It is her beautiful evening gown here. And what a beautiful little piece this is. I very much appreciate how lifelike this is. It may not be the most fashion forward in today's terms. However, this silhouette was very much part of Monsieur Givenchy's aesthetic. And when it came out in 1956, people were absolutely gaga for it. A beautiful little halter neckline here. Check out this little detail in the back. It is just so darling. It fastens with a little button there. There are some flyaway threads there that I have to cut, but look, there's a teeny tiny little button and a little elastic button loop. The little straps are actually also in black velvet. There are two darts here in the front that actually go down from the strap to the bust, and they help give this dress some shape. There is no separation between the top portion and the bottom portion of the dress, so it is one long panel, which I like and very much appreciate. It does flare out of the bottom here, so it is a trumpet shape, we would call this. It is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different panels. Beautiful. And the whole thing fastens with silver snaps here in the back. And then look, the entire dress is lined. It's lined in this beautiful like black netting almost. So a nice little touch. Makes it easier to slide on and off her body, because otherwise getting black velvet up and down vinyl would be a little bit challenging, especially with this fit. And then we can see here at the bottom that the dress is lined all the way through. So there we have it, you guys. This is the gorgeous 1999 Givenchy Barbie doll, and I absolutely love her. If you guys are 1950s fashion enthusiasts and love our haute couture fashion masters, I think this doll is definitely a must-add to your collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something. Please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure to hit that little bell icon after the subscribe button. That way you guys are notified every Thursday when I upload a new video. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at SureshNY. That's generally where I post all my updates. And until I see you guys again, Barbie and I are headed down to the Metropolitan Opera. We have tickets for a fabulous show tonight. We are dressed in our Givenchy finest and ready to go, darling. Wherever you guys are in the world, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Big hugs and kisses from me and Barbie here in New York. Mwah! And I'll see you guys again next Thursday for another video, okay? Bye!